guys, so my library had all of or most of the Hannah Bonam-Young books available. So I just decided to check out as many as I could and put, I think, like the other two on hold, um, and just binge read. I've been wanting to check out her first book. I think it's the first book, and get that read and listened to. And I figured just let's go ahead and do them all and turn it into a vlog. So starting off, I have Out on a Limb, and I gave this 4.5 stars. My favorite part was the banter. We have such a serious topic, right? And unplanned pregnancy, um, one night stand, and like there's a lot on the table. There's a lot to discuss, and I thought that it was discussed very well, all while having some lighthearted, I don't want to say fun, but just some lighthearted banter, something that helped our main characters relax. So, a couple of things that I took away from this book was just, and like, I mean, even in real life, it's not just reading it, but in real life, it is so important to have a support system, whether, a person chooses to have children or whether they don't. It doesn't matter what's going on in life. It is so important to have that support system. And our female main character has that in her best friend. As soon as she finds out that she's expecting, her best friend just shows up. Like, she doesn't ask questions. She's there. Another thing that I really enjoyed was our main male character and his support for his I don't want to say partner because they don't get together in the beginning, um but for the mother of his child, and just how he is there and he wants to be there, um and he will do whatever she's comfortable with him doing. That being said, I did want to say something else. What is it? I don't remember. It is gone. So maybe I will add it on in a future part of the vlog. But I thoroughly enjoyed. Oh, yes, I remember. I loved how our main characters communicated. It was so clear and just open. And in all honesty, if we all learned how to communicate this way, how much better relationships in the world will be or would be. And I was very touched. There was a lot of times that I was just amazed, and I'm like, yeah, like this is how we all need to discuss things with each other. So I'm currently listening to Out of the Woods, which is about our female main character in this book's best friend and her husband. I am really enjoying that so far. It's already looking to be at least 4 stars, if not 5. We will see how it goes. And I'm almost done with that, so I'll be popping back on here very soon to chat with you guys about that. So I will talk to you then. Hey guys, so I just finished Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonam-Young, and I gave this 4 stars. I loved this. It gives us such a unique perspective because normally in a romance novel, we have two couples that are falling in love and like we see their story play out from there. Sarah and Caleb have already been married for, I think it's like a decade, if I'm remembering correctly. And, no, 17 years? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 17 years. Oh my gosh, my hair is grinching. Ugh. Anyway, so they have already been married, but it's still a romance story because they need to literally reignite their passion and their lives and the course for their lives. So they go to a retreat, I'm going to call it, because it's camping, but it's like it's a retreat at the same time, and it's also like therapy all at the same time. So, and it's called Reignite, and it is ran by Helen and Yvonne, I believe are their names. and they give the couples on the retreat activities to do. They take everybody aside individually and talk to them about what they want for their life. So not always do these stories play out well. Do they actually make you think, make you feel? But Hannah Bonam-Young, she did it. Like, her characters are so real and so human that it's just like, yeah, I can relate to that. I can see that. Yeah, like, I get it. So it's a really cool book that offers such a unique perspective, and I loved it. I have started listening to Next of Kin, which I am also enjoying a lot so far, so I will check in with you for that one. Hey guys, so I have another back-to-back reading. I have been sick with two different things, and my cat passed away yesterday at the time that I am filming this, so between getting books done and life, I have two things to sit down and film, so here we go. The next book that I listened to by Hannah Bonam-Young was Next of Kin. I gave this 4 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed this story. I love how we took two people from kind of sort of similar backgrounds. They were, let's say, similar but unique. And they have such understanding for each other and compassion. And I love it. I love it. I love them. I cannot say how I appreciate characters that are written as real humans with real emotions, real thoughts, real feelings, real ways on trying to improve themselves as people and their livelihood. So we have Chloe, who has been adopted. Her mother did not know she was expecting, and she had another baby 24 years later. I'm pretty sure Chloe is 24. So this is her younger sister, and her mother wants Chloe to take care of the baby, and she agrees to, and her whole life is upended. She, however, does not meet the financial requirements from CPS, CYS, I forget which it is in the book, to be able to take care of this child. Like, she's almost there. She can take care of herself, but taking care of another tiny human being is, if you're a parent, it's totally different. So they have a program where somebody else who meets the requirements that the other person is insufficient in can come in, and they will live together. So for Chloe's case, she needs somebody with more finances. In our main male character, Warren's case, he needs somebody with a stable home. So they move in together. Warren has his younger brother, Luke, who is deaf. Chloe's adoptive father is deaf, so she knows sign language, and they're able to converse, and they build a relationship. And the dynamics and the process of the relationship and character building in this novel was beautiful and superb. It hit all the right things for me to absolutely love and adore this book. So the other book that I completed was Next to You, which follows Next of Kin. And this is about Chloe's friend Lane and Warren's future business partner, Matt. Lane deals with a lot of anxiety, guilt over grief of how she lost her father. Matt is a big warm teddy bear with this beautiful family that comes from a beautiful culture. There's a lot of healing in this book. I did enjoy it. I'm still giving this 4 stars because of the and the writing and the connection of the. I will say though that it's not. I don't know if I'm reading so many of these that I'm kind of not losing my emotional edge, or going into a slump, but maybe some things just aren't hitting, or maybe they're not hitting me because they don't personally affect me the way that they would other readers. I try to separate myself from that because in the end, it is still a good 4-star read, even if it doesn't quite hit me in the feels as her other, like in the ways that her other books have. So Lane decides to buy a bus, and Matt helps her renovate it. And that process isn't really shared a lot, but I've always thought that idea has been really cool. And I truly admire the people who take that idea and run with it and make it work. I think it's fascinating. I love the openness that Lane and Matt have with each other. It's not quite as open and well communicated as some of the other characters that I have read by Hannah Bonam-Young. But, I mean, you can read between the lines. It's easy as a reader. I still enjoyed it. We still get to see Chloe and Warren and Willow, the baby, who I love. So while this one didn't hit as many factors for me, I would still recommend it. I don't know. I guess I don't have a lot to comment on it. I have had a lot of things going on in my life, like I said at the beginning of this, that may also be affecting it. I would absolutely, as you can hear in my voice, I sound like a frog. I would still reread it. I don't know. I had a bit of a hard time connecting, and that's okay. It's still made for a great story, and now I'm rambling. So the excuse me, the last book that I have by Hannah Bonam-Young is People Watching, and I've heard very mixed reviews on this. The one YouTuber that I follow is absolutely disgusted by this book. I've had a couple people say it was okay. A couple people say, yeah, it was still really enjoyable. So this is going to be interesting. I'm hoping maybe I can start this tonight. We'll see. And I will let you know when I'm done with that one, and we'll finish this vlog up. So I'll see you then. Alrighty, so I have finished People Watching, and I gave it 3.5 stars. I didn't know how I was going to enjoy this book from the mixed bag of things that I had seen about it. And that's kind of how I left the book, is just a mixed bag of emotions. I wanted to like the main characters more, but I feel like once we got to the smutty part, that's kind of all there was, and any substance that they had and that was growing for their character arc just kind of diminished into the scenes. Especially our male main character, I really wanted more from him. I wanted more closure about his past. More of that character arc that we really didn't get. The female main character's mother had Alzheimer's, and I feel like things were depicted well, but it just kind of became a shadowy backstory, so to speak. So, yes. So I have read or listened to all the Hannah Bonam-Young books. I'm done, and I have some thoughts. I thoroughly enjoyed Out on a Limb. It was written so well, and I love the characters so much, and especially their communication, that it set the standard for all her other books. And while one or two of them stood up to that and fulfilled that, there was like 2 to 3 that really didn't. It was almost like reading works from a different author. So that was disappointing. I do feel, I guess you could say that the writing quality, not that it, sorry, my voice. I have had a very hoarse voice for like 5 days now, so I'm squeaky. It's not necessarily that the writing quality decreased so much as the writing quality changed. It altered. Yeah, I do want to keep reading Hannah Bonam-Young books as she publishes them, but now I'm just kind of like, are we going to get this really great story where we have real human characters who communicate, or are we going to get real human characters that just want to get under the sheets a bunch of times and call it a day? I said what I said. I love that she has representation in her books, like a variety from, I don't want to get the letters wrong, LGBTQ plus, anxiety, rough backgrounds, rough pasts, Alzheimer's, disabilities. I really do appreciate that she's giving these people representation. However, she's written enough of them now that it would not be bad to keep writing and giving representation. I don't mean that. But also, I think she needs to maybe, I don't want to say back off, but like just do something a little bit different next time. You know what I mean? Take it back to that level of communication. Take it back to what Out on a Limb, Out of the Woods, and even Next of Kin to a point was. So, if I had to rank the Hannah Bonam-Young books, honestly, just in order of publishing, Out on a Limb would be my favorite, Out of the Woods, Next of Kin, Next to You, and then People Watching sadly does fall at the very, very bottom. So, anyway, thank you for sticking with me through my reading of this and listening to my thoughts. Be sure to check out the screen for a video to watch next, a playlist, and where to subscribe for more. Happy reading, everyone.